Hey everyone, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home, and today I'm back with another 4K review from Arrow Video. We're going to be diving into the world of Dune on 4K Ultra HD. This is an upgrade from my Blu-ray release, so we'll be going head to head on these two. We'll talk about the visuals, the audio, the special features and packaging that you get with Arrow Video, which is always important, and ultimately whether or not this one's going to be worth upgrading from your Blu-ray up to 4K. So Dune is the latest 4K release from Arrow Video, and it's another one that they've licensed from Universal, much like they did with a few of their past 4K releases. Universal put out the Blu-ray, maybe didn't have the chance to get a 4K done. Arrow purchased the rights, and that's how we got Arrow Video's 4K version of Dune. So they're probably trying to capitalize on the new Dune movie that's coming out towards the end of 2021. That would make a lot of sense, but this is David Lynch's epic on 4K, shot on 35mm with tons of special effects and really high budget. So this 4K master here from Arrow is newly remastered from original source elements, and it also has Dolby Vision HDR attached to it, which has become sort of the norm for Arrow Video stuff. Now, as I was watching this, I was actually, it's not that I'm unhappy with Arrow's 4K transfer, but I thought this was not the biggest leap from Blu-ray to 4K that I've ever seen. And honestly, that doesn't mean it's a bad 4K release. What it means is that this Blu-ray was actually pretty good when they put it out, and they had a pretty good Blu-ray scan. I did notice some elements of the Dolby Vision HDR helping out. Definitely skin tones are a little bit more natural. They've sort of balanced the warmth and the oversaturation in some scenes. You'll see that, moments that are supposed to be black and, really dark are now actually dark. So the black levels are much better. They're not kind of washed out and gray. You'll see all of that here in some screenshots in highlights like an explosion, fire. That does get a little bit brighter. The colors on that are a little bit better here with the Dolby Vision HDR. And of course with the 4K you do get some more detail, but I am curious if possibly there was some DNR used on the previous Blu-ray release. I'll show you a couple screenshots here. There's one this is a far zoomed out shot that I've already shown you, and I'm zooming in now very tightly on a couple of the characters walking out of the spaceship, right? And you'll see the Blu-ray release on the right side. That's obviously pretty blurry once you get in that far, and the 4K release actually still retains some detail. And so even at a really granular level like that, you can see that this 4K master has clearly added better grain structure, better quality, better detail to the picture. But then if we do this again with another screenshot, it's interesting because in this case, I actually kind of like the way the Blu-ray looks. It's a little bit less grainy, and I thought it looked a little more detailed, but it also looks a little bit soft. So that's why I'm wondering if that's artificial, if that's digital noise reduction that they did on the Blu-ray, or if this just happened to be one scene where, maybe the Blu-ray just had a little bit of a different transfer, and, they're still very close, but I just thought it was much closer than on that previous screenshot I showed you. So just something to note. Overall, like I said, not the huge upgrade that I've been expecting from Arrow, but that doesn't go against Arrow Video. This is still an excellent 4K transfer, excellent detail. The colors are near perfect. Everything looks awesome. It's just that it had one of the better Blu-rays that I've stacked up against of any of the Arrow Video releases I've reviewed so far. Now for audio, the Dune release here on 4K includes a DTS Master Audio 5.1. That was also available on the Blu-ray, but it also includes the original uncompressed stereo audio, which was not available on the Blu-ray. So you got a couple options here. The 5.1 is essentially the same, but if you are a purist and you want that original sound, the stereo track is here uncompressed and actually does sound pretty good. Personally, I always prefer the upmix, and I thought the 5.1 does add a little bit more immersion to your home theater experience. But the stereo track is no slouch, and honestly, if you want to experience it just as somebody did, back in the day, back in the theaters, that is the original uncompressed audio. So you've got both options. I like to upgrade, but you can go either way, and they're both really nice. So not an upgrade here over the Blu-ray, although you do get that additional option. Everything sounds good, but if you are a purist, you'll probably want to go with Arrow for that uncompressed original audio. So up to this point, visuals and audio, I mean, it's pretty close. This was obviously a very impressive Blu-ray release that's now coupled with an equally impressive 4K, but there just wasn't that huge, screenshot side-to-side comparison comparison where you're going, wow, you know, the 4K really blows me away. But the reason you're probably buying this Arrow video set of Dune is for all the special features and this packaging. So you get this really nice cardboard case here with new artwork that was commissioned for this release. Popping open into the inside again, you've got your same artwork. As always with Arrow, I shouldn't say always, but for the most part, they include these theater cards. So you've got a few here, Dune. I just showed you the same one. That one, you know, you get a few different cards. I'll say Dune on the back. So the art cards are always cool if you're a collector. And this is a 2-disc set. So there's the 4K disc on the top, and then they didn't cheap out. They got a slide, and then the Blu-ray case here. So you get all that, and then in addition, Arrow Video, very well known for this, but there is a booklet. This has 58 pages, has tons of stuff inside of it, special features, essays, behind the scenes photos, things like that. So lots of, you know, really great stuff in the booklet. In this case, there's actually a couple essays, Rick Gentry, Chris Rodley, Charlie Bridgeton. Some of these are brand new too. The first 3 were all written in 2021, and then the last couple are a little bit older. And then they give you info about the restoration, which is always a lot of fun to read about, even though it's just 1 page. That's usually a pretty cool read. And then for the collectors out there, again, you're getting a poster. So this one's actually a landscape poster. You get the original artwork for Dune, and then you get the newly commissioned artwork on the other side. So again, high quality cardstock here. No cheap posters. They are folded up, but you know what? I've taken them out and actually framed a couple, and they stay in really good shape even after they've been folded up for a while. So, you know, that's what you're paying for here when you're paying for Dune, and that's likely why you're collecting this Arrow release. So now not only is the packaging great, but you do get some special features both on the Blu-ray and the 4K. So on the 4K disc, we've got a brand new audio commentary by film historian Paul Salmon, a brand new commentary by Mike White of the Projection Booth podcast, so if you like that. Impressions of Dune is a 2003 documentary on this. There's different featurettes on designing Dune, Dune FX. Those were available on the Blu-ray as well. Dune Costumes, Destination Dune, which was a 1983 featurette promoting the film. Theatrical trailers, TV spots, and tons of original production design sketches and image galleries. And then a lot of that gets reworked on the previous Blu-ray, some of those featurettes. But then on this Blu-ray bonus disc, you get Beyond Imagination, Merchandising Dune, which is a brand new featurette about how they created toys and merchandise for the movie, which is actually done by the guy who did the Toys That Made Us series on Netflix. You've got Scoring Dune, which is a brand new feature on the film's music score. You've got a brand new interview with the makeup effects artist, filmed in 2020, archive interviews with production associates, Paul Smith, the star of the movie, and makeup effects artist Christopher Tucker. So makeup, special effects, the music, the actors, the merchandising, the story behind Dune. I mean, this is an all-in-one package. If you like special features and you want all of that stuff in your releases, then you'll really appreciate this release from Arrow Video. So overall, I am really pleased with it. I would say this is not as big a leap over the Blu-ray as maybe something like Pitch Black or Flash Gordon or some of the other Arrow Video titles that have come out, but it is still very, very good. It is Arrow Video quality as you would expect. 4K, Dolby Vision, great restoration work, great audio restoration work. Everything is as you'd want it. It's just a really impressive Blu-ray. So if you're not a super fan of Dune and you're probably not looking to pay for a poster, a booklet, all the special features, special packaging, you know, this could actually be a decent pickup just on Blu-ray. You could probably get it for like $5 now. But if you're a fan of this movie, which I know there's a huge cult following for it, and with the new movie coming out, if you want to revisit it in the best experience possible, Arrow Video is definitely the one for you. This one's just going to come down to budget. What can you afford? Are you an Arrow Video collector? Do you care about the special features and packaging because you're paying for all of that in the price? Or do you not? In that case, Universal actually has a pretty good Blu-ray out if you want to go that route. So that's it for this review. We'll leave links to both the Arrow Video 4K and the universal Blu-ray. If you just want to add it, cheaply to your collection on Blu-ray, you can go that route. But like I said, it comes down to your budget, your preferences as a collector, and how big a fan of this movie you are. But the 4K release is no slouch. Great audio, great video, great Dolby Vision. Everything you want from Arrow Video in a new 4K transfer is here. So I'd recommend it. But again, budget, super fan. What level status are you as a collector? Do you want Arrow? Do you need the poster, the booklet? If not, you're okay with the Blu-ray. But appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you check out all the other links down in my description for ways you can support the channel. Follow me on social media and always get in touch with me over there. Great place to stay in touch and see what's going on in the channel and in my life. And make sure you subscribe and like this video so others will see it. Let me know what you guys thought about Dune. I'll be interested to hear your comments. But other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will talk to you soon. Stay safe and stay healthy out there.